Before you begin, make sure you watch the part 1 of this lesson. The shifts in that class laid the foundation for everything we're about to build here. In this class, however, I'm going to give you the final 3 mindset shifts that take your communication from competent to commended. This is part 2 of the 2-part series on communication mastery. By the end of this class, you'll understand how to become memorable without trying to impress, how to stay grounded when people judge or critique you, and build communication skill that holds up under pressure. These 3 shifts determine who people remember, trust, and invite you into bigger rooms. I always thought strong communication came from confidence. It doesn't. It comes from clarity, preparation, and resilience. The reason most people keep getting opportunities isn't because they speak more. It's because their communication holds when it's tested. So let's lock in the final 3 mindsets for 2026. Mindset shift 4, memorability. Look, stop listening to traits. Start using story to support the point. If you want to be remembered, stop describing yourself. Start anchoring your point with a moment. Think about the most common question people hear in interviews, maybe in introductions, networking events, or even podcasts. Tell me about yourself. That's what the host is asking, by the way. And that's not a request of your resume. It's an invitation to create connection. But most people respond by listing traits. I'm hardworking. I'm punctual. I'm detail-oriented. That doesn't create connection. It makes you blend in. A short, relevant story does something different. It gives context. It creates a picture. It helps the listener feel the point instead of just hearing it. And I want to be clear because I've already covered this in previous classes. Stories should never replace the point. Story exists to support the point or frame it, never the other way around. And remember, if you want to go deeper on this, make sure you watch our storytelling tactics lesson, where we break down exactly how to use story without losing authority. So instead of listing traits, do this. Share one moment that explains the trait, one decision, one mistake, one turning point, then connect it back to the outcome you bring. That's how memorability is built, with intention. Mindset shift 5, judgment. Don't let the spectators coach you. Not all feedback is equal. Some feedback comes from people in the arena. That could be the building or practicing or risking or creating. But other feedback comes from spectators. People watching from the stands. People not carrying the weight. People not paying the price. So here's my rule. Don't take direction from people who aren't doing the work. If someone isn't in the arena, actual practicing and improving, their judgment doesn't get to define your progress. And I want to free you from something, and this is going to be impactful. You probably have heard it before, but most people are not thinking about you as much as you think they are. Everyone assumes the spotlight is on them, which means they're thinking about themselves. They're thinking about their stress, their mistakes, their insecurities. Fear of judgment is often an illusion that quietly stops growth. You don't need approval to improve. You need consistency. Mindset shift number 6, mastery. Immersion beats intention. This is the difference between wanting to be better and actually becoming better. I hear people say all the time, I want to improve my communication, but they only practice when a big moment shows up. A presentation, an interview, a pitch, a show. And then they wonder why they freeze. Let me make this personal. We've run multiple 5-minute pro showcases inside this community. These are designed to simulate a real interview or evaluation moment, so we can decide who belongs inside our education platform. And let me ask you, what do you think we saw? Some people winged it. And some people threw slides together last minute, and some people said, I've taught this class many times. But they never rehearsed it. They never practiced it out loud. They never ran it end to end. And then some of them froze. Some of them were speaking too fast. Some of them were not prepared. And not because they lacked experience, but because they lacked preparation. So here's the truth. You don't rise to the occasion. You fall to your level of preparation. So don't wait until you need communication. Train it daily. That's what we're doing here. And here's the mindset shift that removes every excuse. Every time you open your mouth, you are practicing. You don't need an audience. You don't need permission. Practice it out loud. Practice pacing, pauses. Practice landing one clear point. That's how pressure stops breaking you. So here's how to apply this immediately. For memorability, replace one list of traits with one short story that supports the point. For judgment, before accepting feedback, ask one question. Are they actually in the arena? Meaning, are they actually doing the work? And for mastery, pick one moment every day to practice on purpose. One explanation, one point, one short delivery, one repetition beats occasional intensity. Guys, I've seen the pattern repeatedly. When people use stories to support their point, they're remembered. When they stop absorbing spectator noise, they move faster. When they practice daily, pressure stops breaking them. Same environment, same stakes, but different preparation. So this lesson completes the 6 mindset shift that upgrade your communication in 2026. If you missed part 1, please go watch it. These 2 classes work together because the next class is going to drop this week. And you don't want to miss it because it's from one class to a system. This is how you build momentum and not burnout. So make sure you watch that next. And for those of you who want to be absolutely relentless in 2026, please go sign up to the live webinar we host every Monday here inside the school and add it to your calendar. Each week, I'll select 5 premium members to practice live, to get coached and transform in real time. That is where communication stops being theory and becomes leverage. Till next time, God bless you all. See you soon.